What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Professional athletes, are they on performance-enhancing drugs? First, I think we need to define what performance-enhancing drugs are. They are drugs outside of the scope of WADA or not listed by WADA, which is the World Anti-Doping Association, to help increase their performance, to perform better, and inevitably to win. And the answer is not all of them. No, not every professional athlete is on drugs. Not every professional athlete is on steroids. When I talk about professional athletes, I'm not just talking about bodybuilders. I'm talking about football players. I'm talking about baseball players. You guys remember A-Rod, A-Royd, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Jose Canseco. So many NFL players have failed doping tests. So many MLB players have failed doping tests. Thing is, they ain't doing it right. So in my career, I have met a lot of people who've worked with professional athletes. And I just got to say, 9 out of 10 of those athletes they train, and I've talked openly about athletes you guys would know the names, are taking performance-enhancing drugs, including testosterone-type hormones, including growth hormone-type hormones. But beyond that, there's so many different things they're taking now. Again, you look at people who are trying to get that extra. You got to know what separates like college from pro could be 2 to 3% of strength. Now, if you're looking at a Division I athlete, they're all playing at that super high level. But which ones move on and prosper, right? Now you got guys who sat the bench in college, right? Like Matt Castle, for example. There's a guy who didn't play much at USC, and then who went on, was Tom Brady's backup, then went to the Pro Bowl in 2010 for the Kansas City Chiefs. So you got guys who are just, there's a guy who's not starting, but he goes on and plays well in the NFL, right? So you got this small differential, this percentage, this little it factor. What if it's just another 2% stronger? You can't always train your way into that. Like, as we know through bodybuilding, there are natural limitations on what you can do. What if it's just taking your 4.4 down to a 4.3? And to do that, you need to get stronger so you could generate more force against the ground. Sure, a bodybuilder taking grams of steroids doesn't mean he's going to run fast. But if you take a runner like Ben Johnson, who got popped for steroids, and you give him that little bit of strength, just that little extra something, that's going to make the difference between a gold medal, a bronze medal, between college to pro, between pro to Pro Bowl, between Pro Bowl to Hall of Fame, between major leagues to All-Star game to championship. That's what it is. Soccer, same thing. You got a fast guy up front. He's making those runs. Maybe he's not the strongest guy, gets knocked off his feet. He doesn't have the strength and balance of a Cristiano Ronaldo. So what happens? You give him that. And steroids aren't going to make a player. I've taken steroids. I'm on TRT right now. I've never hit a baseball as far as Barry Bonds. You have to have the training, the diet, the inherent skill, the God-given talent. So when you take someone who has God-given talent to get them to this level, steroids will amplify that level that they're at and make them bigger, faster, and stronger. Props to Chris Bell. When I look at sports, I don't really care if someone passes a drug test. Now, in combat sports, yes. Baseball, football, golf, tennis. Look, man, at the end of the day, I would hypothesize there are more NFL football players taking stuff than there are who aren't taking stuff. Hypothesis means educated guess. And my guess is damn well educated. So what do? You do nothing. In my opinion, the NFL got it right. Their drug testing is so lax, it's laughable. It's how it should be. Do you really think linemen came from being... Remember when Refrigerator Perry was the biggest thing? Dude was like 300 pounds. They'd run the ball up the middle with him and he'd just barrel over people. They won a Super Bowl doing that. Refrigerator Perry would be average size right now. The average lineman is well over 300 pounds. The average lineman in college is well over 300 pounds. The average defensive lineman ranges between 260 and 320 pounds. Wide receivers are jacked. Sure, you had your anomalies. You had your David Bostons, which is more recent. You had your Shannon Sharps. But dude, these guys are all jacked. Six-pack top to bottom. And don't come to me with those BBC genetics. They didn't have that muscularity back in the day. Sure, our training is pretty good now. Like you got Tommy Moffitt over at LSU, who basically revolutionized strength training in college sports, bringing LSU to multiple national titles. Now you got guys like Coach Sobol over at SDSU. You got these great coaches bringing, and what we do at Legacy at Carbon, bringing training to the next level. So when you get to that pro level, I'm just telling you, if you think that bodybuilders are the only professional athletes doping, you're incorrect. Looking statistically at it, the incremental gains, the world records being broken, the weights, all that stuff, you have to realize it would be a statistical anomaly for those things to happen naturally without something coming in. Now, here's the caveat. I don't think all of them are taking steroids. I don't. See, working with the people I work with, which is a blessing, I know that there are ways around it where you don't have to use steroids. There are peptides out there, growth hormone secretagogues. There's all these different things that people are using. You got people injecting insulin. Insulin's not tested for. Insulin will make you more, it's the most anabolic hormone there is. Growth hormone in and out of your system within hours. So NFL, they're not just popping up to your house. They give you time to get it out of your system. Testosterone, you take a testosterone base or a testosterone, a really fast-acting ester in and out of your system in a day. You can even take a sublingual testosterone in and out of your system in hours. Not all of them are taking that, man. You got peptides. You got all these different things that are just coming to the forefront. So yes, they're doing it, but I think they need it. They need the recovery. They need all of that stuff to be able to perform. Baseball players, they're doing this motion. They're doing this motion. How do you think their shoulders and elbows are going to recover? Well, Babe Ruth did it on hot dogs and beer. Babe Ruth wouldn't make it past high school level baseball now. He just wouldn't. The game's progressed. People have gotten bigger, faster, and stronger. You wouldn't have him pitching back-to-back games. His arm would fall off because he'd have to throw harder and better with more junk than they do now. So don't give me that Babe Ruth did it on hot dogs and beer. Shut the F up with that. Miss me with that shit. Dude, I want to see home runs. I want to see linemen running 4.2 in the 40-yard dash while weighing 340 pounds. I want to see epic shit. Well, what about the risk? Dude, you're running head first into a 300-pound man. I think we all know there's inherent risk in that. In baseball, you have a ball that is hard coming at you at 104 miles an hour. They know there's risk at that. Enhanced.org is the Enhanced Olympics. Can't wait to do that shit. That's going to be interesting to watch. What are your thoughts, man? I think, let me make a caveat. I do believe that one is stupid. For anybody under high school and college, over high school, under college level, so collegiate to high school, none of those kids should be using anything but creatine and protein. Because I'll tell you what, they're going to get steroid-like results. Again, I coach hundreds of athletes right now. I've coached thousands of athletes throughout the years. These kids' testosterone levels are well over 1,000. They got Mother Nature on their side. They don't need that stuff. And if they take that stuff, it's going to burn them out for the rest of their career. It's going to ruin their body, their system, their ability to procreate. It'll ruin them. So high school, college level, man, you get a kid, good food, not even good food, just a lot of fucking food. You get a kid training his ass off, training correctly with the right methodology. Man, we had a kid last year, call me on it. I've posted the testimonial from his dad. This kid came in running a 5'3", undersized. He gained 35 pounds and brought his 40 at the next combine down to a 4'6". in 10 weeks. Bro, it's possible for young cats. But once you get to the pro level, that funnel, it's like this. That's it. What are your thoughts, guys? Anyway, hey, cookie dough and s'mores outright bars are back in stock at tigerfitness.com. Go there, support us, support our company, support companies that love you, support companies that don't hate you, support companies like mine, tigerfitness.com. Coupon code YUMMYCOOKIE, YUMMYCOOKIE, gets you 10% off the entire site. Everything on the site, Yummy Cookie is the code. Anyway, thank you for watching. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I'm Marc Lobliner. That's not a game. We want to maintain muscle and we want to lose fat. I have a confession to make. I can't keep up with my kids. So we went to Chattanooga this weekend and we hiked and hiked and hiked for 3 straight days. Miles and miles of elevation, 90 plus degrees in the sun. I needed to keep up. That's why Ambrosia came out with Hydroglyph. So Hydroglyph is beyond any supplement you've ever taken. And we created this to be perfect for intra-workout, during endurance events, and also fasting. Think about training and fasting. Your body's in a state where it needs these essential minerals, these essential nutrients to prevent muscle loss and to promote performance and of course mental acuity. When you have the electrolytes and you have the essential amino acids in the proven ratios, we didn't just fairy dust some random numbers. We have proven blends of essential amino acids and the 2-to-1-to-1 blend of BCAA, leucine to isoleucine to valine. Beyond that, we have MyHMB to help stave off muscle loss. We have Velocitol, which actually helps to make the amino acids work better. So when you look at all this combined, and you look at the perfect supplement, whether you're training with weights, whether you're going on hikes, or you're sipping it throughout the day, Hydroglyph is the perfect supplement for you.